Hello everyone. I'm got some dice for us to look at today, General Creations. So we are working still on that set, that commission set. Oh, that turned out very nice. I don't see any major bubbles or major problems, at least from the surface. Let's get into it and find out. Let's switch hands so my arm isn't crossing the screen as much. There we go. Look at that. Let's break them apart a little bit. Get one of these out. Alright. These are so dark it's hard to see them. They're a lot darker than some of the other ones. Like the pink ones, it was a lot easier to see the variation in the color. The purple, it's a little harder. They're not as bright. I mean, they're still very pretty. Don't get me wrong. But it's a little, compared to this, it is more difficult to see the variations. At least on camera, for sure. There are a few more bubbles than I was hoping for when we get into it. Nothing detrimental, but not as pretty as I had hoped. I don't know if that's because it's been so cold. Yesterday it was in the negatives for quite a large part of the day. So that can actually contribute to it. So, I mean, there's lots of contributing factors. It could have just been I mixed too hard or didn't wait long enough. It's hard to tell. I did give it a good 15 minutes before I put the lid on though, so I was hoping. But yeah, no, these are still usable. These are still good. Based on the conversations I've had with the person I'm commissioning with, I know that they will still be happy with these. So, huzzah. I also did some random stuff that I am not confident is going to turn out now that I'm looking at the outside of these. So that is unfortunate. Because, look at that big gap right there. Some of you are thinking, that's not a big gap. Now these were an interesting experiment. Again, more puppies. I will eventually be breaking away from the puppies, but I want to get some to sell with my books. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, no, we're going to have to go another round with these. This one might be, maybe. But like, look at that. Big gaps. So these ones I had actually put a ton of sand in and then added the resin on top of the sand. Excuse me. And in hopes that I could kind of just get the resin to go in. And apparently there was still a lot of bubbles in there, which is what all of these giant gaps on the top are. Now this is just an experiment, so it's not like any love loss here. Just trying something new. And I do have to do 2 more makeup dice, a light pink one and a dark pink one for that commission. So I'll probably see if I can fix these at that same time. So if you're not watching the videos in order and you just see them fixed, that might not make a lot of sense to you. The hard part is going to be trying to match this color I put on the top. Wonder if that's even going to be doable. I am going to try to remove this one. As I look at the bottom here, and I have this one marked, that means that this mold is not great. It has some sort of defect in it. So I shouldn't have been using it to begin with. Ha 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 ha. Did not pay attention to that. Let's see how it turned out. So if it's not perfect, it's obviously... Oh, see, and here's a big bubble right here. But all in all, that turned out pretty cool. If I can get in focus. I mean, aside from the chunk attached to it here. Let me get that off. That's not awful. I'm not sure how much more time you'd need to try to make sure you get all those little gaps, or if it's even possible. So we're leaving these two in here. We will take out the puppy though, because I always take out the puppies. Well, unless they didn't turn out, then don't take out the puppies. This one's cute. Aww. Well, Zoe puppy. I'm not obsessed with my dog. I totally am. It's okay. And then I didn't do anything with any of the others. Alright, let's see how this one turned out. And again, huge gap right here. And I already know, I took a peek. I peeked. And yeah, this did not get pushed down and flattened the way it should have been. So you see you have a lip here. So that dice is, this is one I was fixing from last time. And I just realized I didn't put any little bones in this one. Oh well. So I'm not going to try to fix it again. That is not happening. But so I guess we're taking it out and it'll just be one of mine. Oh, let's see how bad this is. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Snarf. Man, snickerdoodles. That is unfortunate. It'll be cute on the shelf, though. Just to display and be adored. Yeah, because it doesn't right now. I mean, I can sand off this part. And I can sand off this part and make it mostly square. But that lip is going to make it slightly uneven when it rolls. Alright, let's pull up this weird experiment of, hey, I've got extra resin. Oh. It's kind of nice. Yeah, that's usable. Sorry, static. So that's pretty. Alright, and this shenanigans. Again, this was just all the extra resin at the end. Excuse me. Just trying to use it up. This is why you use tape. Sorry. That's pretty. I appreciate this one for what it is. And then the D20. Let's see what we got. No. I always say 20 Ds. I get talked to a lot from my friends. No, Joni, it's D20. Okay, that's pretty. I don't think it's anything terribly special. But not bad. Especially since I poured all clear resin in there and then added stuff. It was full and overflowing and... well, golly. Okay. 2 more things we're going to just look at. I made some ornaments. I was trying to salvage one that I had done before. I don't know if I got that one on video. Where I had done all these cool dog bones. And then they all moved to the middle because of the heat. Let's see. Oh. Okay, that's not horrible. It's kind of pretty. I can plug that as a Vikings thing and give it to my brother or my niece. It looks intentional, mostly. Oh no, okay. I just felt a big old spot of uncured resin right here and right here. So I don't know if one of the two got stuck in there before I poured or what, but yeah, I'll have to clean that up. That may be salvageable, maybe garbage. I'll have to clean that out. So when you have extra resin like that, the best way to do is a baby wipe. It cleans it out right away. Now I've got more of those little dogs than I did before. See if these turned out any better. I tried something different with the resin when I was pouring. Come here, guy. All right, we got the whole ears. And again, this is just the remnants of what's left of other things. So, okay, that worked pretty well, getting that to just... And I did, when I was at a reading event yesterday, I gave away the little pink and black ones. Kids were so excited. They're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, pick which one you want. And the pink and red ones all went fast. Okay, cool. So the method that, and I'll show you what I did, because those of you, the one person who's viewed these videos that's maybe curious, I'll show you how I got those bubbles out that were such a problem the last time. Yeah, all right. So I poured the resin about halfway into the mold, and then I did this action, and it worked the bubbles up. It was pretty much the only thing you can do in those situations, because you can't really hook in there and stir around, because the hole is, the problem is on the side, so it's not going to work. So just a little bit of this. You can't do it while it's full. It's not going to work. So I poured a little bit in, then did a bit, and then poured a little more in, and that did the trick. So everything else I have is a mid-process. I don't know what this is. This was me. It's shiny. It's pretty. But I don't know what it's going to end up being like. And this poor little guy sat on the curve of the resin cure machine, so it is not going to be flat. Aww. Poor little guy. Maybe I can manipulate that. Should have done that last night when it was still a little soft. But I did not. So that's too bad. That might also be another lost cause. And then just another one that's just pure blank. Oh no, things fell in it. Never mind, it's not blank. Oh well. This one is maybe not even blank either. Oh well. Lots of work in progress. So this is what we got. Not bad. Thanks, guys.